Oh, hi everyone. I think that I am live, or at least I'm hoping so. It is currently 8 p.m. in Israel, and let's see. I hope that I did this right. I turned the subscribers only certain people can. Oh, there you guys are. Only certain people can comment on this live, which I think will be so nice for us. Hi, Cherry, and hi, Peace, Love, and Happiness. Peace, Love, and Happiness, please remind me of your name. I I don't want to get your name wrong. I always know you as Peace, Love, and Happiness, but I know that you have a name. But I see you all the time, and I comment all the time, and I'm so thankful. Hi, Monica. Dawn. Okay. Hi, Dawn. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy that you guys are joining. So I know that one thing that was sort of hard for everyone is when people would come on to the live stream, but they're actually not a part of the channel and they would just disrupt. And the whole point of doing this live is so that I can connect with you guys and just talk about life, a bit of a one-way conversation because it's just me. I'm trying to think of a way that I can do a Zoom conversation with you guys. Let me know if you guys know of I don't know, practical way that I can send you guys, like only the people that need to be on the Zoom, because I would love to actually see your eyes, your faces, actually hear your voices and talk and then connect the name to the face and to the voice. And so hi to all the people that are joining. Guys, I miss you so much. I know this sounds so stupid, but like you're a real part of my life, and I really do miss you guys. And the fact that I couldn't upload a vlog now for like, what is it, 3 weeks or more than 2 weeks at least, it's just, it really sucked. It really did bum me out, and I was really just like, I don't want to lose contact with you guys, and I don't want to lose momentum, and I want to stay in contact. But it was very sort of hard. So if you guys know, put in the comments of a way that perhaps we can do a Zoom conversation, um, and hopefully the link only gets to the right people, and that's how we'll do it from there. So hi to everyone. I'm so excited. Hi, Orlando and John and Doris and Dennis and Anna and Wiralwala. I hope I'm saying your name right, from India. Um, I'm going to give you guys a little update about where I've been. Maybe some of you guys have seen in the community post that I did, I think a few days ago. My computer, so I'm speaking to you guys now from my computer, but I can still use it for simple things. I just can't use it for editing. So if you will, I'm going to show you guys something I shouldn't be able to show you guys, but this is the letter E. My keyboard is falling apart. It literally, I think it's this type of Mac. It duplicates words, not words. It duplicates letters. It puts periods in between all the words where it shouldn't be. It'll double paste things. So the keyboard is going crazy. It's a really wonderful 2017 Mac, but it's not holding up for what I need to do now. I just can't edit anymore. Even the simplest of vlogs, it's really, really, really struggling. And so it really bummed me out that I couldn't edit anything in vlog. And so I was really, sort of like, I don't know what to do about it, but also like I edit for clients and I use my computer for all of my freelance work. And it just literally got to the point where I had to sort of admit defeat and say like, I can't do this. Simultaneously, my lovely phone, that's 3.5 years old, I think. Also, here's my dad, right? My lovely dad, the purest eyes on earth. This lovely phone has lasted me for 3.5 years, and it's also not being able to withstand the full force of my life right now. Also, here's Bunny. Bunny, come here. Here's Bunny, everyone. Guppy. And so my phone is basically like it dies really, really, really quickly without me doing anything on it. simultaneously, and this is a small thing, my earbuds that I use for, anything, and also editing when I'm outside, not at work, like in a cafe or something, that also just like months ago just wasn't working anymore. And so I got to the point where I'm just like, wow, as a struggling freelancer, I all this time wasn't able to save money in case one of these emergencies comes up. And so, it was one of those things that I didn't know what to do. Um, I'm already trying to get out of debt and cover loans or a loan that I took out for my business so that I can, hold on to dear life. And so one of my friends told me that I should do a GoFundMe. And so I did. I bit the bullet. It was very hard for me to do because I felt very, you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel comfortable doing it. But I realized that I don't know what to do, and I don't really feel like I had a choice. There's a bunny. Cup or snack? Here, you guys can give a snack to Bunny with me. I don't feel like touching it, so I'm gonna let him like nibble the thing out. Cup or snack? Okay, get it. Get it. That's Bunny for you. Hi everyone saying hi to Bunny. Yeah, my cat. So Bunny, his name is Buttercup. I call him Bunny. I call him Cupper Bunny, Cappuccino, Cupperoonie. Just he has a whole bunch of nicknames. Right now it's Bunny. Um, so anyways, the long story short is that I decided that I would open a GoFundMe because I needed the help, and if I don't, then I'm literally making no money right now in January almost because I'm not able to edit. And so, first of all, I know that some of you did donate. I put, if you guys are interested, any one of you, this is not like I didn't do this live so that people would donate. But if you are interested in helping the channel out, I put on the community like channel a post with a link that you guys can see. It's basically just my GoFundMe. If you or anyone else wants to help out, I'd be so grateful because I I'm at my wit's end with it. It's the most that I could do to sort of keep afloat right now. And hopefully, what I do is helping someone somewhere. And so, yeah, I don't have Venmo. Um, I don't have an American bank account anymore. But if you guys want to, I don't know if I can put a link here or not, but um, yeah, that's sort of what I just needed to do to be able to make it right now. So I can put a link, I think, here um, in the chat, and just feel free to share it. Everything that I do is to help Israel and to do what we call hasbara. It's to continue the vlog, to stay in touch with you guys, and to continue to write. So I'm really just trying right now to, focus on and hone into what do I need to do um, to make this dream come true. So before this, I really wasn't, I sort of did admin things. Bunny, I'm gonna give Bunny another snack. Here, I'm gonna give Bunny a snack. And I'm gonna throw it on the bed so you guys can see him just like hop all over the place. Puppy. Okay, ready, set, go. There he goes. There he goes. Ready, set, go. I know this is sort of boring for anyone coming up on the live feed, me just like throwing snacks to Bunny, but like he's just the best. Oh, I see someone here from Iran, from Iran. Sadaf, hi. I'm so happy that you're here, and that's so cool that you wrote it in Hebrew. Iran and Israel are friends. The people of Iran and Israel are friends. We love you guys. Anyways, a few years ago, I could have never have dreamed of doing what I'm doing now. I was not a secure person. Ready, set. He just went under the bed instead of over the bed. Ready, set, go. There we go. I could have never dreamed, honestly, of doing what I'm doing with you guys now. I did an interview that will come out I don't know when, but for a magazine called All Is Reality, I think from the Netherlands, Holland, the Netherlands. And they basically asked me questions about, my life and sort of where I thought that I would, sort of how I became who I am today. Ready, set, go. And I think it's really funny the fact that like you just don't know where you're going to end up. You don't know where you're going to end up. And I never thought that I would have a YouTube channel. I never thought that I would be able to talk with all of you lovely people. And I'm just really ready, set, go. I'm just really grateful for you guys. So that's the update from me. Thank you guys for being so generous with your comments and with your thoughts. And that's just very, very sweet of you guys. I'm so happy that I figured out that actually I can limit who gets to comment on this channel, because I think there are a lot of haters and I don't mind, right? We deal with that, but I'm just happy that I can talk just with you guys. Someone says, I found you from All Israel News. So yeah, I work with All Israel News. They're one of my clients, and I get to do reporting with them. So features and touring places and interviewing people, and it's just really nice. If you guys want the latest interview that I did that I'm very proud of, you can go to All Israel News or just literally write IDF Sniper. And I think on YouTube right now it's probably the third down on the algorithm. And I basically interviewed an IDF sniper. And I think it's an exclusive interview. I haven't found an interview like that on YouTube yet. Pepper snack, ready, set, go. And I was just really happy that I was able to tell a story that is sort of unique and shows what's truly happening from his point of view in Gaza. And so thank you guys for going to All Israel News and also watching there. Ready, set, go. And yeah, so go and see that if you'd like. Cherry94, hi. She asks, are you safe? Can you talk about the West Bank action in Jenin that is happening today? Explain from your point of view. So for some of you guys that, I don't know if you know or you don't, the IDF has started, I don't know how to translate these things, but like the Shabak and the Amam, so like different security forces, are now operating in Jenin in the West Bank. And I think people think that, well, we're sort of, we have different like attacks on different sides. So we have the countries around us that don't like us. And then we have from within, we have the West Bank, we have East Jerusalem, and we have Gaza. And so you have all these different pressure points. And there's a lot of terror. Like Jenin is like a terror hub, if you will. And Hamas is also there. And so similar things that you would see in Gaza before the war, of them just in procession with all their weapons, whatever, in the street, Jenin is sort of the same. So I'm sort of busy today, so I wasn't really, looking at all the things, but I did see that they were trying to eliminate or / arrest terrorists. And believe me, it's ready, set, go. Believe me, it's very, very concerning, because they are vowing to do exactly what Hamas vows to do, and Hamas is also in Jenin, in the West Bank. So it's really complex. It's something that we haven't done before in a sense, but it's just very, very unfortunate. Wide Awake asks, hi Oriel, what do you think of what's happening with the ceasefire agreement? I don't know how many times I'll say that it's complex, but it is complex. I am of the view that Benny, I'm of the view that the hostages are suffering so much, and I think I have a bit more peace about the deal, because even though it's a really, really bad deal, because we're releasing so many terrorists, when I see and when I hear the voices of the families that lost someone because of those terrorists that are being released, I can accept the deal for what it is. because a lot of them say that we have to choose the living over the dead, meaning even though their family members were killed by terror, they themselves are saying release them because those who are alive still can be saved. And if that was my daughter, I would want them to be saved. That was my son or my husband or wife, I would want them to be saved. And so it is a really bad deal in many different ways. Um, but watching the hostages return the other day, wow, I was with my friend watching it, and there's just I can't even explain it to you guys because Israel is so 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 small. Like Gaza is just a little bit that way. You know, it's really not that far away in some senses. Here's Bunny acting like a teenager. When he doesn't get his way, he starts to like go a bit crazy. Bunny, come on, outside, come on, let's go. So I'm trying to get him out because he's starting to go a bit crazy. And ready, set, go. Sorry. So I have pictures there, and he tends to sort of like claw at them, and they can fall. So I'm like, better you just leave, Bunny. But at least you guys got a little bit of Bunny. But anyways, it is definitely like making a deal with the devil. But seeing the hostages return, for me, it was like, they could literally be stuck there for years, decades, and there wouldn't be an end to it. Their families would still fight. I know that if my family member was there or my friend, I would fight for them. And I think that we need to, they were abandoned on the 7th, and we owe it to them to bring them back. So that's my that's my understanding of it. Um, let's see. Someone says, "Are they releasing?" Abby said, "That says, are they releasing all hostages?" I also was so happy when I saw the video of the 3 hostages coming home. So they're trying to do this basically in phases. What that means is that there's like phase one, which is what is happening now, is that every few days they release some hostages, and then like there's different categories of who they're releasing, and at the end they'll release, I don't know if it's all the bodies because they're assessing that just a lot of them aren't alive, and so they're trying to get back those alive and those that are dead. And then there's a second phase which more people will be released, and sort of that's how they do it. So some were released 2 or 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and soon more will be released on this coming Sabbath, and so on and so forth. So every few days, some will be released. And wow, I'm just really looking forward to see those. I mean, it's really heartbreaking because you think some will come back alive, and it's like a Russian roulette. Like you don't know the names even before of who's going to be released. They sort of give it to you, a short time before. According to the hostages that were now released, they were only told a short time before that they're being released, and so it was very sudden for them too. And yeah, like it's a Russian roulette in the sense that you just a lot of families that are hoping that their loved ones are in the live category are going to discover in a very, very brutal way that their bodies are being released and they're not alive. So if you're a person of faith, keep them in prayer. If you're not a person of faith, send all the encouragement that you can. But yeah, it's there's nothing easy about this situation. Um, someone says here, Cherry94 says, I think that when all the hostages are back, I truly believe that Trump will convince Netanyahu to level Gaza. Sadly, I don't see an end to terror. You know what? I really don't know. Um, I mean, a lot of Gaza is just completely in ruins. I don't know that we have a complete plan for what we call Hayom Shachrei, the day after. But there's not much, in Gaza right now as far as their structures and their buildings. And really, I looked at it and I thought, wow, it's very similar to the countries around us that have, engaged in wars or civil wars, and the buildings and everything. It looks very similar, and I think it's a real testament as to the results of war. None of this had to happen. None of this had to happen. We could have, if Hamas or the people of Gaza didn't want a war with us, there wouldn't be a war. We're not looking for a war. And, we had Gazan workers come in and out, and we had, even their produce and different things come from Gaza. And it was completely, completely unnecessary. And Hamas was the downfall. Hamas was the downfall of Gaza. And I think that's what happens when you bring ruin on your own head. It's really, really, really unfortunate. Hi, Rohit Wad Wad Wadwani. I hope I'm saying your name correct. Love from India. Love from Israel as well. So happy to see people from India here. I've never been to India. My sister has been. She brought back sweet things from India, and that was very cool. But I did work with Indians. I worked at a prayer tower called the Israel Prayer Tower. Um, Maybe some of you guys know Karunya University and Dr. Dinakaran. I think I'm saying his name right. This was a while ago, but I used to work with Indians in that prayer tower. So hello to every Indian on this channel. I welcome you. But you know what? Let me ask you guys a question. Probably not Israel related or war related, but what kind of content would you guys enjoy seeing on the channel? I know that sometimes I'm limited as of the type of content that I can provide, time-wise, where I can go, stuff like that. But I'd love to hear what you guys love about this channel and what you would like to hear more about or less about. If you want more lives or just any ideas that you guys have for this channel, I would love to hear. Also, this is from a subscriber. You know who you are. Thank you so much because it serves me so well. I love it. It's always at my bedside and it helps me to remember to drink and stay hydrated. Um, Anna says, interviews and collabs with Insightful Nomad. I think I've heard you say that before, Anna. I think I looked at Insightful Nomad. I feel, you know what? I'll admit to you guys, I have a bit of an insecurity because I'm such a small YouTuber. Like, I'm so grateful for everyone on this channel, but I really am a small YouTuber. And so I feel like they wouldn't maybe want to collaborate with me, or they don't really know who I am and it doesn't really matter to them. So I don't really know what to do about it. I'm a bit insecure about it. I don't know. Maybe if I had a bit more of a name, then it would matter to them that, you know, we would collaborate in some kind of way. But yeah, someone says historic sites, more traveling content, and more lives. Sharing your testimony of Yeshua to the Jewish people. I would love to see street scenes around Israel. That's a good one, Renee. I would like to see an interview with a reformed Islamist. I would have to think about that one. I'm trying to think if I know someone who used to be Muslim and now isn't. That's a really good question. Um, Earth says, to be honest, real, relatable vlogs about daily life. It's one of the best content because it's natural and definitely not boring to some. You know what? I like watching vloggers do the same of just showing their life because Israel is very intense and literally I think I could make an Israel type video every time and it would do well because that's interesting. No one's really looking to see my little life and to see what I'm up to, at least not at this point in my vlog. But yeah, I could definitely understand that some people like to see that type of content. And really my vlog did start this way. It's just started with me coming back from the States to Israel and showing my life. And I actually geared away from Israel type content because I guess I saw it as controversial at the time. And I'm just sort of like, well, screw that. The days of niceties are over and I'm not here to apologize to anyone about being a Jew. And so, yeah, I think that's my channel did start to represent more, even though I'm a reporter and a journalist technically, but I'm really not into politics. Like if you ask me what I think about this, and I'm like, I don't know. I tend to be a bit more of a journalist that likes to tell stories of people. And so I think that's sort of where I'm more inclined to. So less political on my channel, but it just a bit more personal and relatable, if you will. Um, Sites that Jesus traveled. Yeah, that's always a good one. I don't know that I always have the time or the ability to travel, but I do go for All Israel News. We have this play like series, if you will, called All Israel Gems, and I go to different like archaeological places and I show things. So the next one I'm going to film next week is about the Western Wall tunnels, and the small Western Wall. And I really hope that you guys go now to All Israel News and subscribe, because we have so much great content, so many great reporters and correspondents. And you can also watch Israeli news with English subtitles, which is really, really great. Like we have Arutz 12, Channel 12, and All Israel News and Arutz 12 are partnering together to be able to basically share that news to you guys. So if you go to All Israel News, to either our website, allisrael.com, or All Israel News on YouTube, you can see, like you can watch Israeli news with translation. I go to Arutz 12 to Channel 12 News. That's what I watch. So please go also there and watch, all the different content, because we really do uh, try to show Israel exactly as it is. Um, let's see. Someone here is suggesting friends to me. Carol says that she has a friend that lives in the Jewish quarter. You know what? I've always thought to myself, could I live in the Jewish quarter in the old city? And it's so crammed there. And it's a unique and beautiful place, but I'm like, could I actually live there? It's a very intense place. If you guys have ever been to the old city, it's basically, if you will, this isn't super accurate, but like if you can imagine a square and it's divided into four. So you have the Christian quarter, the Muslim quarter, the Jewish quarter, and the Armenian quarter, and they're all in this small place. All of Jerusalem used to live inside those walls. And so everything that you see outside of those walls didn't exist up until 100 and something years ago. And so the old city was the only city, basically. Um, but yeah, I go to the old city. I can't say often, but often enough for different reasons. And um, it's a really cool place. Um, let's see. That's so sweet. Anna Unknown says, I love that you are a Jew, Oriel. There's so much anti Semitism and so many bad comments towards me that I'm so happy someone is saying that, just accepting me. I mean, I accept myself just as I am, but it's so nice that you're just like, you know what, I like that about you. So thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It's very sweet of you. Um, let's see. Food tour in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. That sounds yummy. Rohit, that sounds like something that I can do. I haven't done one of those fun things in a while, so maybe I'll do that. Um, let's see. Paul Frost, thank you. You said all your content is interesting. I appreciate that. I know my content is sometimes jumbled and not so consistent, but I appreciate you guys sticking around for the ride. Um, let's see. Mike says that he's already. I think you're trying to say that you're a part of All Israel News, that you watch it. And I like Rotem again. They have nice content. Yeah, Rotem is one of our correspondents. She usually does the newspaper video, which I do twice of those a month. It's basically you take the newspaper, you translate the titles, and you show what is happening in Israel. And I quite like doing them as well. They're a lot of fun. William says, I'm most interested in your content, what God is impressing upon your heart as a Messianic Jew about any of the topics current, that God in Christ would lay on your heart through the Holy Spirit to you. Thank you. I know that there's people here of different faiths and religions, and I myself am a Messianic Jew, but if you're not that and not anything similar, you're still welcome here. I think that's a beautiful thing about this channel, that you can have an atheist, a Buddhist, an agnostic, a Messianic Jew, a Christian, an Orthodox person, like you are all welcome here. And so I'm really happy uh, to have this space to share with you guys. Um, so any other questions that you guys would like to talk about? I would love to be, um, to have that conversation with you. Again, I haven't been able to do one of these in a while, and so I'm really happy to just talk with you guys. Let's see. Christian says, kindly, I need to know more about Cohen Agency in Israel. Um, I don't know. I don't know what that is, Chris. I'm sorry. Are you talking about the like Cohen as in like the last name? That they're basically priest, or are you talking about an actual agency? I'm not quite sure. Renee said, did you speak earlier about the possibility of viewers donating towards a new computer? Yes. Thanks, Renee. I wasn't going to bring it up again, but if you're asking, then I'm happy to explain. Basically, the reason for anyone who is sort of late in this live stream that I haven't been able to put up vlogs is because all of my equipment is going berserk. My computer is giving way, like it overheats. Like, there's just so much wrong with it. But now it's hooked up because if I don't hook it up, it could die easily. Whoops! And now I see that it's not actually charging. 1 second. Um, that's not good. So basically my computer, my phone, and there it is. The rest of my like equipment that I need is going a bit berserk. And so it's not really 1 second. It's not really an ideal situation because I can't vlog and I can't really work. So it's not a good situation. I will put a link here if anyone wants to. And again, this is not. I feel uncomfortable in a way just asking for it because that's odd to me. But I realize that this is what I need to do if I want to continue to work or do anything. Um, and so here in the comments is a link. I think I'll pin this comment so you guys can see. If you guys want to help me out in any kind of way, any amount is helpful. If you want to share it with someone who you think will enjoy the content or any other of the work that I do, then feel free to share with them. Really, truly, no obligation. I'm really just happy that you guys are here. And I know this sounds really cheesy, really stupid, but like I love you guys so much. You have added so much value to my life, and I really hope that I can do the same for you and just thank you. Also, let me know if you've been here from the beginning, from over 3 years ago. That would be so cool to know that you've been here from the beginning. Um, so yeah, Chrissy, I'm sorry that I can't help you with that. That's something I don't really know how to do to help people, get to Israel or their visas or things like that. I wish I could, but I hope that you find a way. Let's see. Mary, Mary, you helped me out. Thank you so much. You said we are your family here too, and don't mind helping. That's so kind. You did a purple heart, and I'm giving you a heart back. That's very, very, very sweet of you. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to think sort of like what the vibe is right now in general. So I think the vibe right now in general in Israel is everyone's sort of holding their breath for the hostages. I think that's sort of like how it is right now. And once one is released, everyone feels like that is their sister or daughter, or like that's just how connected we are here. Um, Emily, who was one of the hostages that were free, gosh, I don't even know. We're going to discover a lot about her story soon in some kind of way, I'm sure. But she's such a hero. So she was shot, and they shot her dog Hamas when she was in. They were in her house, and they took her hostage, and she lost these two fingers, and so these are the only fingers that she had left. She was with Romi Gonen, another hostage, who I'm not sure if she's a paramedic or studying to be, but she has the ability to help with those things, and she would help her with her bandages and stuff. And a lot of people are seeing, when she did this, FaceTiming her siblings or her friends the first time when she got out of captivity, they see this as like now like a symbol of like a victory of, despite everything, like I'm still here. And people are like tattooing that with, the bandages like on their ankles, and like people are really inspired by her. And so I think they're all super inspirational. The fact that they've survived this long, and the fact that they survived for their families because they knew that they needed to come back home to their families that were fighting for them and waiting for them. And so it's just really it's really heartwarming to see how everyone is just waiting and happy with the families. And for us, because Israel is really family oriented and very small, um, it feels like it is a part of your family or of your friend circle that's being released. That's how intimate it is here. So that's sort of the feeling. I think that sign is love. It means love in sign language also. So yeah, it's one of those things that you don't know what's going to come out of this war. Like um, I don't know, like, I'm remembering sort of, like, weird things about the war in the beginning, like, there was this trend that the IDF soldiers or the reservist had of, like, having, like, a mustache, and that was, like, the thing because all of them were, like, considered these, heroes going to fight for us and sending your men off to fight, and I don't know, it started this, like, trend of having this mustache, and I forgot that that happened, like, that was an actual thing in the beginning of the war, and we've gone through more than 15 months and so many different phases and so many different things have happened since then that I guess it's just yeah, it's mind-blowing to see how much we've gone through. Someone says, do you have stories of Mossad? I don't have stories of Mossad. I am going to see Mus'ab Hassan Youssef, who is also named the Green Prince, if you will, and he was the son of a Hamas founder. And so I'm going to see him in Tel Aviv because he's a speaker. He became part of the Mossad, helping Israel out at some point. I have his book here. Can I show it to you guys? It's behind me. One second, or in front of me. Um, let's see if I can take it out without moving my screen. So there we go. So this is the book that I'm going to read it in full before I go see him. It's called Ben Hamas, or the son of Hamas, the story of the son of the leader of a Hamas leader that became um, part of the Mossad or like a Shabak agent. So he's very inspirational. If you guys don't know who he is, his name is Mus'ab Hassan Youssef. If you write the Green Prince Hamas or something of that sort, you can find him on YouTube. And wow, is he fearless! Something that I'm really trying to learn recently is about what makes a person a hero. I wrote an article about it in Israel Today. If you guys want to go and read it, I think it's called "What Makes a Person a Hero and How Can I Become One." Yeah, that's on Israel Today, and it's basically me giving different examples of different heroes that I met, what made them heroes, and what was the one thing that they had in common. So, if you guys want to, you can go to Israel Today, search for that title. What makes a person a hero, and how can I become one? And you can read that, but you have to become a member. A lot of people they don't read my articles because they're for members only, because it's just an opinion article. So if you want to become a member of all of Israel Today, and you can read my articles there. Um, Someone here says, Happy Pap says, did you serve in the military? You know what? I didn't serve in the military. My life story is the fact that I had like phobias, so life debilitating phobias from people and from blushing in my face. And so I was very suicidal and very, deep into self harming. And I wasn't a functioning human being so much at that age where you get drafted into the army. And so I basically asked them not to because I was very, very unwell and unfit. And yeah, there's something there that I always regret because there was a lot of shame um, in not serving in the army, and that sort of sucked. But I realized that I can still do things for my country like I'm doing now, doing Hasbara, which is like the defense of Israel and explain to people what Israel is about. And I think that even though I didn't go to the army, I can still serve. So that's what I try to do with my life. And yeah, Joe Vance says, let Mossab sign it. There's going to be literally, I guess, hundreds of people there, and probably everyone's going to want to meet him. I wish I could interview him. That would be cool. So that could be maybe a thing. Who knows? Hello from Bangladesh. So happy to have you here. Also, let me know in the comments where you are from. I know that I do have a lot of Americans on this channel, but I also know that people they come from wherever. They come from wherever. And so if you could put your flag and where you're from, I'm not super knowledgeable with flags. Wish I was, but you guys can help me out by telling me where you're from. Of course, we have Rochester, New York, USA. I was in New York for a layover for 12 hours, just hitting NYC in the city and Central Park and all the typical places, and it was really cool. I liked being in New York for 12 hours. I thought that was fun. We have India, we have Arkansas. Hello, Arkansas. Um, we have New Zealand, Maine, USA, and Germany. I've been to Germany. I haven't been to New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand. I think it's such a beautiful place. Florida. I have been in Florida a billion of times. My grandparents lived in Florida. My aunt lives in Florida. And I have family members that live in Florida, if you will. Northern Ireland. Hi, Wide Awake from Northern Ireland. I am Irish. Never been to Ireland. I've been to England, but I would love to go to Ireland. I know that the Irish aren't really friendly towards Israelis right now. Sure, that's not everyone, but not entirely sure what to do about that. I think I can get away with, the Irish look just a bit. We have Mississippi. Definitely been to Mississippi. Michigan, I'm not sure. The Netherlands. I was in Amsterdam for 8 hours on a layover, and I went and just went around the city, and that was a lot of fun. It's a really pretty city. In Austria, of course, Texas. I didn't know it was snowing in Texas. That's when I was in Texas 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, we had what did we call it? The Snowmageddon. Yeah, that was really crazy. I remember that. Sort of around Valentine's Day, locked at our houses. Um, Carol, thank you so much. Carol said, I just donated to you and also praying for financial favor to come to you. Thank you, Carol. If you guys want to know, like people have been, wow, so generous. I was with my friend LT. Some of you guys know LT. And I was like so shocked. Literally like that emoji that goes, I was so shocked by the amount of people that were supporting. And within a day, I reached, I think, 50% of like my aim. And so I was like, wow, that's just insane because every bit works. And if not this, like I couldn't afford it. I can't afford it. You know what I mean? It's a weird situation. I wish I was in the position to afford giving people gifts in that way, but I can't afford even to give one to myself. So thank you so much, Carol. That is so generous of you. And really, thank you so much. Um, let's see. I think I've been to Alabama. Waltman D230 says lots of love from Alabama. I'm not sure. I feel like I've went all over the states, but don't necessarily remember all the states that I've been in. But I've been to quite a lot. Um, Wide Awake says about Ireland, definitely not everyone. Ireland having problems with certain people at the moment. Lots of YouTube videos about it. Lots of Christians there having rallies. That's good to know. Um, yeah, I think that the population changes once you have immigrants that come with a different religion, probably from what you know Britain was originally. So I think that sort of changes the climate of Ireland quite a bit, or of the UK in general. So I understand it's a bit of a crazy situation. Um, let's see. Followers says John 4:22. I don't have that right now in front of me, but I would love for you to write that verse so everyone can enjoy it. Oh, Waltman is very sweet. He says, "Where can I donate?" I pinned above in the comment section. You can see sort of my name and sort of like a link, a GoFundMe link. So if you want to, you can definitely help me out there. And if you can't see it, I'm going to put it in the comments right now so you can see it. Someone here is from Los Angeles. How are you guys doing in Los Angeles? That's the real question. I have been watching the fires, and I don't have the latest update of what's going on, but I've definitely been watching and praying. It seems so devastating, so devastating. For those of you who might not know, California, specifically LA, and different areas, they have suffered huge devastation. Huge fires have broken out in different places and literally just destroyed whole neighborhoods, and thousands of houses and peoples are affected by it and were evacuated and came home to basically rubble and nothing. So it's very devastating. So if you guys are praying people, put up a prayer for LA, or California in general. It's very devastating. Yeah. But Carolyn Amador says, "Hey girl, hey." Hey. So happy that you're here. Um, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, Speedy almost says, "Yeah, I pray for the people who lost everything." Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah, it is really devastating. Thank you, Speedy Almost, for saying I like your vlogs. That's really encouraging. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys. But you know what? I feel like Speedy Almost, hope you find your husband. Ugh, Speedy, you know what? Me too. Me too. I'm 33 and a half. I've had people try to matchmake me lately, like, saying like, "Oh, I met your husband for sure. It's this person." I'm like, "Okay." If that person wants to contact me, they're welcome to, or sending me, a picture of someone and being like, "This person could fit you so well." I'm like, "Okay." Like, it's one of those things that I don't really know what to do with it, because I do realize that as I grow and mature, also in age, but also just in my life and in my career, I realize that, um, I don't know, I realize that this is going to sound like sort of not, I don't want it to sound like condescending or something like I'm something special, but I realize that because my job is becoming a bit more quote unquote in the public eye, not every person is comfortable with that because some like to stay anonymous. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that my husband would have to be in front of a camera for any reason, but I do realize that I don't have a life of anonymity. I have a life in which I'm exposed to people and they can have an opinion about me. And it's just a bit of a different lifestyle, and it's a lot of responsibility, if you will. Um, so that's sort of one of those things that I'm realizing I have to take into consideration, when trying to find a husband, because I don't know that everyone is willing to sort of, I don't know, go along with that type of lifestyle. And of course, that can change. It doesn't necessarily mean that my life is going to be any type of public forever. but I'm realizing that if you want to have a voice, then you need to stand on any type of stage, if you will, a platform of some sort. And I tend to be the type of person that wants to talk about stories and people's stories and what I find to be the truth. And so, yep, Carol says, the right guy will come along and the new guy will have to love your cat. Carol, you are so right. Um, that is something that has to be. It has to be that he likes Copper Bunny because it's a package deal. Definitely a package deal. Um, yeah, I thought to myself, like, what would I do if my husband, like, I don't know. I mean, they definitely, I also, like, I'm allergic to some cats. And when I met Bunny, I was like, God, I really, whoa, that was the light. When I met Bunny, sorry, that was sort of very loud. When I met Bunny, I was like, God, I really like this cat and he's so cute and I really want him, but I don't know. I hope that doesn't fall again. I don't know if I'm allergic to him. And so I made an experiment. I sort of like let him in my room slowly and he slept on my bed slowly. And I found that I wasn't allergic to him. So I'm like, I'm keeping you, Copper Bunny. So I literally had to make an experiment. So maybe that's part of the dating deal that I sort of bring him around like Cuppy and sort of like, see if you can deal with the cat. Because if not, he's gonna either have to take allergy medicine or something because Bunny was there first. Bunny was there first. What can we do? Um, we have Tyrone from South Africa. I have never been to South Africa. I have a friend that goes relatively a lot, and she said it's such a beautiful country and wonderful people. So we love South Africa here. Um, Jack Santoro, America, and from Italy. I used to know a Santoro. He used to be one of my sort of bosses, my sister's boss also. And so, yeah, a follower says blame it on Bunny. I'm not sure what I'm blaming it on Bunny is, but Bunny's gone now. Um, Believing today says Jesus knows the desire of your heart and will give you the perfect mate, and you will fulfill his dreams as well. You know what? That sounds really nice. Believing today. I was sort of thinking recently, and you guys can tell me what your thoughts about it are. I um, I sort of think to myself, like, does God is God a matchmaker? Like, I look at my parents and how they met and how specific it was, and I believe that we have free will. I believe that if for some reason one person doesn't work out, quote unquote, then it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Um, it's like we do have free will. If we didn't marry that person and we find someone else, it's not lose one lose all. And so we have free will, but I'm also very aware of the fact that God really does know us and that he directs our steps, and that just with every other friendship or whatever, God is very strategic about who he puts in our lives. And so I'm hoping to be proven that God really is a matchmaker, that he really does see me. Um, oh, Happy Pap says, if you want a cat over a husband, you don't want a husband. I'm sort of just joking there. Saying putting animals before humans is not of God, is not healthy. I get you, Happy Pap. I was just sort of just making a joke there. Um, let's see. Tyron says, what's your favorite scripture? Someone asked me this yesterday, and it's John, I think it's 13:1, which is it's a very random scripture, but I'll read it to you guys because I feel like this sort of like encapsulates sort of what maybe like how God thinks about love, if you will. So John 13:1, so I can quote it to you guys properly. So it's very random, but hear me out. So it says, now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own, which were in the world, he loved them until the end. And that for me, that verse, John 13:1, really always stuck out for me because it's the commandments are to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your strength, with all your mind, to love your neighbor as yourself. But that was like also like a real definition of love. He's like, I'm going to sacrifice my love for to you, like sacrifice my life for you because I love you until the end. Like, what does it mean to love someone until the end? I just I think it's so inspirational and sort of uh, the guideline of how to love until the end, sacrifice until the end. Whatever God is asking you to sacrifice when He asks you to, and for whoever He asks you to. So I just think that that verse is really, really beautiful. Um, America says, Elohim put you in our lives. Likewise, God, I think, put you guys in my life, and I'm really, really grateful for you guys. Um, Sherry94 says, he's the greatest matchmaker, but a husband may not be in your future, and you have to be okay with that. You know what? I believe that I will have a husband. I believe that that's a personal promise that he gave to me. But I do understand that we have to be willing to surrender all things all the time, no matter what we're given, no matter if we have it yet or don't have it or never will have it. I completely agree with you that we have to be okay with if God chooses otherwise, or if, sometimes life doesn't work out the way that we thought. And people choose things, people choose differently than we would have, and that affects our life, and that's not our fault. And so, yeah, there's a lot of surrender that comes in life for sure. Um, let's see. Livna Goldman says from Montreal, hello, Canada. Haven't been to Canada yet. I have a very good friend in Canada, and she always shows me how cold it is there. But then when it's summer, she seems to be like, the weather is lovely. And so I guess it's a bit of a mix for you guys. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys have any advice, because I feel like with these lives, it's so lovely being able to like talk with you guys a bit, but I feel like it's sort of one-sided because it's just me talking and talking and talking for an hour. And I'm reading your comments, but I feel like I can't hear your voices, I can't see your faces, and I would like for that to change. I would like to somehow make some kind of Zoom meeting with you guys to just connect, because I'd love to do that. Um, Waltman says, the GoFundMe for you or for the fires in California? You know what? I don't actually know anyone in the fires in California. It's for me selfishly because I need a computer, because I'm using my computer now, but I can't use it to edit anymore, which is why I'm not putting out vlogs, which is why I'm doing this live right now. So that's why the GoFundMe is there. And also what used to be my trusty phone is dying very quickly, and I can't film on it. Like, it's just, it won't let me for long. And so that's sort of what it's about. So Sherry94 says, make the Zoom happen. I'll join it. So maybe what we'll do is I'll try and find like a moderator, because I'm not entirely sure how to do like a Zoom just for us, like not for people that, don't support this channel per se. So maybe we'll do that, or a Discord chat. I'll have to really think about these things, because I want to properly sort of like create a connection with you guys that isn't just a one-sided me talking on this live. So that would be nice. Hello from Pakistan. I love that. And Paul Frost also supports doing a Zoom. I'm so happy for that. Maybe I've been here for almost an hour, which I love, but I feel like I'm sort of talking your guys' ear off. So I'll take, let's just say, 5 more questions. If you guys have any more questions, and then what I have to do after that, even though it's evening, it's like 9 o'clock here, I have to continue to work because I didn't work properly today. What I'm doing now is I'm working on an interview with reservists, like the wives of reservists. So it's like a family of like 3 generations of women. So like the grandmother, the daughter-in-law, and her daughter-in-law. And it's basically going through like from the grandmother's time, how she dealt with her sons, her 4 sons being in reserves. And then one of her sons married, and so we interviewed her daughter-in-law of how it was for her to be, to have her husband in reserves, and then also her sons in reserve, and then her son got married, and now her daughter-in-law, so grandma, daughter-in-law, and another daughter-in-law are all dealing with cross-generational reservist feelings. Like, how do you feel? How do you support each other? How is it to now be a grandmother of reservist when once it was only your sons? And so I'm hoping to create this interview for All Israel News, um, and to just showcase what that feels like for them. So that's what I'm going to do after this. Someone says here, someone is asking, how is the family? My family is well. My sister is enjoying her relatively newborn, and he's so cute. His name is Gabriel, and we're just all enjoying him a lot. My youngest sister got married in October, and she's enjoying married life. And generally speaking, everyone's doing well. Everyone's busy, and yeah, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Have you ever been to Safed? So we call it Sfat. In English, it's probably Safed. And I don't know if that's how they also probably say it in Arabic, but yes, I have been. Not recently, but it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of beautiful places in Israel, especially during the winter. Some places are really nice because they're sort of, they're green. It's not so hot, and so there's a lot of like local tourism, if you will. Especially also because of the war, there's much less tourists. But during the off seasons of tourism, anyways, so we're talking about, winter, um, and summer, if you will. We have a lot of like local tourism, which is nice. So you see a lot of like groups from different places coming to the capital for Hanukkah, for stuff like that, and it's really nice. Let's see. Will you get to interview the 3 hostages that were just released? You know what? That would be my privilege if that was ever to happen. It's probably not likely. All Israel News is a very, very small news. I don't know what to say, channel, but news outlet. And right now, they'll only give interviews at some point to the biggest networks. So not us, not us. But who knows? Maybe one day. Let's see. So KL asked, how do you pronounce your name? So in my accent, my Hebrew accent, I say Oriel, which I know is very hard for some people to say, the reish, which is sort of from the back of your throat, Oriel, but you can say Oriel in English or whatever your accent is. I just say Oriel, and hopefully people can sort of deal with that very weird reish sound that we do. Let's see. Let's take another question. So someone says, quick question. What do you think of the settlers and their entitlement to Palestinian villages? Do most Israelis agree with their violent ways? No, most Israelis do not agree with their violent ways. Terror is terror no matter who implements it. We do not agree with terror. It is against our values. Even if you hold a biblical view of the land of Israel, it shouldn't be done this way. It shouldn't be done this way. It shouldn't be done this way. It doesn't matter. So a lot of okay, here's the thing. People think that settlers are just what you see, which are this really small group of radicals that go and burn Palestinian, cars or suddenly attack them. Now, to be truthful, both sides do that. So the Palestinians will go and they'll do things, then those small radical settlers will do the same. Now, I live in what would be considered a settlement, but no one does that. So it's only in very specific areas with a very small amount of people. Now, the media would have you think that all of Israel is just these settlers that do that. And it's so not true. I'm completely against violence. I'm completely against terror. And I think that as a democratic country, those people need to be held accountable 100%. And so I think that most people would agree with me on that sense. Um, so yeah, it makes me angry because they give us such a bad name. Really, they give us such a bad rep, and it annoys me so much. Um, KL asks, any advice for someone learning Hebrew? I'm in the process. That's really amazing that you're learning Hebrew. Be patient with yourself. Be very, very patient with yourself. I think that English is so much easier to learn than Hebrew. Um, and so, yeah, sorry, sort of reading your comments, lost my trail of thought. But I would say if you're learning Hebrew, go to YouTube and search like children's songs or like Hebrew children channels because that sort of helps you with subtitles and sort of words, and so you can sort of like begin with those things if you're in the beginning stages. But be very patient with yourself. Let's take another question. What does your Marilyn asks? What does your name mean? So Or in Hebrew means light. Ori is my light, and El is God. So Ori El, God is my light. We have a lot of light-based names in my family. My mom is Orit. My aunt is Liora. Hila is my oldest sister. Eldest sister, Hila is a halo. Hila, Hila. Me, and then my younger sister is called Oria. So we have very similar names, Oriel and Oria. And so we have a lot of light in the family, if you will. Let's take another question. And then I think I have to go back to work. um, let's see. Let's see another question. Also, hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to put out a vlog next week or not. It's coming up just in a few days, but we might just do another live, or I might put out something really, really simple that my computer can sort of withstand, and we'll sort of do it that way. Um, let's see. Let's take one more question, and then I'll say goodbye to everyone. Someone said, "Why do you look so young in the live streams?" It's because I don't know why. I don't know if it's my camera. It has like a weird like effect on it. I don't know if effect, but it's sort of like it's sort of light but dark here, and so it makes my skin look super smooth. That's how it looks. My skin does not look like this in real life. I think that's just sort of the effect that the camera has. I don't think I look that young, but it probably makes me just a little bit younger. Um, let's see. Well, I guess there's no more questions, but I was so happy to do this with you guys. I'm so happy I figured out a way to um, have it just be sort of us. You know, I think that people that are against this channel or against me as a Jew, they sort of because they can't comment, they don't stay on the chat. So I'm really happy that I get to be with you guys. And KL says you are young. Yeah, I am young. I'm 33, but I guess yeah. I can't say I have a baby face anymore, but I don't know. You guys believe me when I say I'm 33. I don't look extremely young, right? I look age appropriate. Tyron says, before you go, do you have a prayer request? That is so sweet. Thank you. That's really nice of you. A prayer request. Maybe a few things, but I'll keep it so short. The hostages that they would come back and that the families would be able to have their loved ones back, and those who will get, unfortunately, their loved ones not alive, that they would have grace to withstand the pain because they've been fighting for over a year, and many of them don't know that their loved ones are gone. Some of them already know and they're just waiting for their body to be returned, but some of them don't know at all. So prayers for that, please. Prayers for what's happening in Jenin. So that the IDF will be able to get all the terrorists that are causing disturbances and trying to prepare, like they're basically they plan terror attacks against Israel, and that's very problematic. So pray for that and for the protection of our soldiers. And I guess on a personal level, I just need grace to be able to continue to do these vlogs and to work and um, yeah, just a general well-being. And if you guys want to pray a husband for me, maybe one day we'll do a live here together. That'd be nice. So thank you for that, Tyron. I appreciate that. That was very sweet to take that last question. Um, so yeah, thank you guys so much. I love you. You guys are the best. I'm so happy that we were able to do this because I really did miss you guys. And thanks, Renee. It was so nice to visit with you as well. And Kay and Wide Awake and Adam. Adam asked, do I need a new laptop? Yes, I do. I'm using it now, but I can't use it to edit. So thank you guys so much. And I'm a person of faith, and so I'm praying for you guys too and grateful for every single one of you. I'm just reading your last comments of saying take care and God bless you and so sweet. So sweet. It really does just warm up my heart so much. Bye, John, and bye, Catherine. Have a good night or day wherever you are. Anna, believing today. Michaela Farrell. You guys are so sweet. I'm just literally staying so I can say bye to everyone. This is so nice. Thanks, Coach TP, for loving my channel. Andrew Vaughn. Andrew. Andrew is a friend that I know for literally, gosh, how long has it been, Andrew? Since I was 22, so like 11 and a half years. That's a long time. Andrew, you're 12 years. Yeah. Andrew is a dear friend, lives in the States. So we met in England. Great memories. So I used to go to a ministry for healing. I'm not going to say it here right now, but basically he was a volunteer there, and I came as like a person to get ministry. And we met there, and we've been friends ever since. And yeah, a long-lasting friendship. It's very cool. So everyone say hi to Andrew Van. Really, really great guy. Um, yeah, so happy that you guys are part of this. Yeah, everyone's saying hi. Bye, Andrew. Love you so much. Um, love you, Andrew. Love you guys so much, and I'm going to end it here. But thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys hopefully in a vlog very soon, and if not, in a live very soon. And have a very, very good night. Bye bye.